All the action from the SuperGP Champions Trophy from Red Star Raceway Round 4 is proudly brought to you by Dio and their associate sponsors. Welcome to the Red Star Raceway just outside of Johannesburg, close to the town of Delmas here in Mpumalanga, South Africa, and all those worldwide. Hope you guys are enjoying the footage that is coming to you on the live streaming feed via dio.tv, SuperGP Champions Trophy Facebook page, and supergp.co.za. Myself, Greg Maloney, and Robert Portman, about to take you through arguably some of the most exciting racing you will ever see on two wheels. Very Motor 3, Motor 2-esque at the moment. The Super 600 category here at SuperGP Champions Trophy is definitely mind-blowing action from the word go. And we saw a great race for second place, though, unfortunately, in the first one, as Stephen Odendaal has found something very special on his Petra Racing Yamaha. And they're going to have to find out whether somebody's been able to find out whether they can do anything about the man at the front end and close that 20-odd second gap he had over the rest of the field in race number 2. On the grid, you can see all the riders and teams, teams waiting for their riders to get to them. First man out was the Petra Racing Yamaha, and Odendaal not wasting any time to get to the front and take up his pole position. Remember, he heads off to international duties next weekend to go and do some racing in Spain for his team in the Moto 2 European World Championship. And the rest of the field making their way out slowly but surely. I can hear a couple of guys coming from the back pit lanes here as well, about to make their way out onto the track, and some of the big Ducatis and Battle of the Twins contenders making their way back into their pit boxes alongside us here in our commentary booth. The battle for second was Blaze Baker and 4 Kawasaki's. Now, Byron Bester doesn't start on the front row this time. He's on the second row of the grid. You can see him in the middle of the picture there with the yellow helmet on. That Arai helmet of his, sprayed by SL Graphics, and looking for that high-tech Element Kawasaki to be a bit further up the field than what he was. Hayden Jonas will start in second again. You can see the My Way team there getting ready to go. There's the man who was on the podium as well, that guy. And it looks like Rob Portman going to be heading down to have a quick chat to Jesse Boshoff once they get all those tyre warmers on and find out what his strategy is going to be here for the second race of the day for the Super 600s.
Right, we are live now on the grid. First time podium for Jesse Boshoff. Pretty much you want that same feeling again for race number 2.
Yeah, it's a weird feeling. I still don't know if it's hitting. I'm just going to try and keep my head again like race 1. Try and fight a little less, and hopefully we can take it one step up. The guys are fast and Jonas is back, so let's see what we can do this one.
There's Jesse Boshoff. He picked up the 3rd place in race number 1. Unfortunately, championship leader Hayden Jonas on the My Way Yamaha made a little bit of a mistake in race number 1, crashing out, but still picking up 14th place, a couple of championship points. Hayden, a couple of changes to the bike. You ready for race 2?
For sure, we're always ready, eh? Look, it was a mistake. It was a rookie mistake. I must understand it's my first season in Nationals, so we're bound to make mistakes, but we pick ourselves up, we carry on, and we never give up.
Well, Hayden Jonas there out to make amends for his race number 1. You can see just behind him we got Malcolm Rudman and Byron Bester after his front row start in race number 1. And he'll looking to come through the field. A gearbox issue there for Byron Bester in race number 1, but he'll be coming storming through the field. Other than that, Stephen Odendaal, that is the bike they're all trying to catch, bike number 44 on the Petra Racing Yamaha. But let's go racing now for race number 2 of the Super 600s here at Red Star Raceway.
Thanks, Rob. Pity we didn't get a chance to chat to Malcolm Rudman there. It would have been awesome to get a little comment from him to find out what he's going to be doing in terms of retribution for the Kawasaki riders, particularly on the man on his left-hand side of the motorcycle, but right-hand side of your screen. Expect to see some elbows and legs and plastics involved in the battle between Rudman and Boshoff here for the second heat of the day here for Super 600s. But Byron Bester also looking to make up ground after a false neutral caught him out at the bottom end of the N12. and he had to run off the circuit completely and head down onto the grass and come back to finish up in 9th place, just ahead of his teammate, who is literally just behind him there, Luke McGregor, also looking to do some more improvements on already a fantastic outing for the High-Tech Element Kawasaki team. I was just saying, Rob, pity you didn't get a chance to get across there. I know that Wally was chasing off the grid, but there is a bit of a show that we want to put on here, and it would have been nice if we'd got a little comment there from Radman.
The problem is the camera, because we're live and everything kind of works with signal, I couldn't go further than the front row. So we would have lost signal if I'd gone to Malcolm. But I did speak to Malcolm during the break and said, how you feeling and what's happening? And he said it's tough because him and Jesse are such good mates. Yeah. So he's like, well, what do you do? So I know his dad, George, had a couple of words just to say to Jesse, just, calm down a bit. Just plan your passes a little bit more. It was a hard move by Jesse, and I think he knows that. But, when you're going for the podium at this level, you don't focus on anything else. You see a gap, you take it, and that's what happened. What makes it bad is that it's the same two riders that we've seen the whole year.
3 or 4 times this year.
So, yeah, Malcolm said, it's about the 3rd time. So I think if it happens again, there might be words or something more than that. But at the moment, still very good friends. They're all good friends. There's a huge amount of respect between all the riders on and off the track. So Jesse Borsov, I think we'll see a different... Once he's got that podium now, I think you'll see a bit more racecraft coming into a tactic, thinking, okay, well, I've got 3rd now. It's time for that 2nd and that 1st place. And you're not going to get it by, just dive bombing on the inside and potentially running off track and crashing. It's time now to just calm down a bit. It's been a hectic season for Jesse, trying to find sponsors, trying to get a full-time ride, putting himself in that shop window. So you can understand why he's doing it. But, Malcolm, unfortunately, being the biggest loser out of everything that's happened. And speaking to him in between, he's a little bit disappointed, but, ready for race number 2.
Let's have a look and see what those Kawasaki's going to do. Liebenberg's back in the hunt, so is Bester. So is the Yamaha-mounted Dion Nelson. So Nelson looking to come through there and do some work there and hopefully get another podium for the Lacquer Racing team.
Yeah, William
Friend will be looking for 1-2, no doubt about it. 2nd of the Suzuki's there for Uncle Andy's Racing. Looking for a chance to get up there.
Just missed out on the podium in race number 1, but it was that close. Hayden Jonas knows he made a mistake, said they got the setup wrong in race number 1. And we know that a Nasus Racing team will get that all sorted for race number 2. So he knows he's got to make amends and get as many points as he can for race number 2. Speaking to Steve Cannon, telling me that on Steven's bike, they've got auto blip, the only 600 machine on the grid with auto blip. So he can go up and down the gears without the use of a clutch. So around Red Star, that'll help big time. So that's why Steven Undal so dominant here this weekend. As now the lights are out, we're about to go racing for race number 2 of the Super 600s. Another great launch by Steven Undal. Much better start this time from Jesse Borsov. Not such a good start for Hayden Jonas. Look at Blaze Baker and William Friend coming through, but it's Malcolm Rudman from the 2nd row of the grid.
Yeah, right onto his good friend and arch rival's tail. And some bumping and barging there in the mid-pack. I think Kevin Redmond coming together with one of the riders as they came into turn 2 and 3. Heading down
Byron Bester with a terrible start.
Got right out of it. I think Byron just got caught out by the BMT there, and unfortunately falls right behind a whole bunch of riders, including Aiden Liebenberg. Liebenberg also not getting a good start at all. So he's not the only rider there. William Friend, a good start. Then Bambino just tucked in there. In fact, no, that's not Bambino.
That's Hayden Jonas.
It is Hayden Jonas. Hayden Jonas is miles behind. Bambino is there, and there's a move from Redmond sneaking on the inside, runs wide. 41 runs wide. Here comes Bester on his inside. Byron Bester going to come up the inside, go along with Dion Nelson as they flick over into the 2nd half of the dog bone. And the 2 Kawasaki's now with the Suzuki on their tail. It's Bossoff from Rudman and then Baker. Then you've got Hayden Jonas. Behind Hayden Jonas is Dion Nelson.
That's William Friend.
It's William Friend, beg your pardon. William 100%. Friend, 2nd of the Suzuki's, yeah.
Great start there from William Friend. So he's going to try and get himself up 1. Oh, big crash in the background. I think that might be Dion Nelson tagging there with Dino Bambino.
It is.
It's Dion Nelson. And landed heavily on his shoulder there. Good to see him moving, but I definitely think it took a big knock there. So the Lacquer Racing Argenica sponsored bike there, having a great day so far. Unfortunately, looked like he got tangled there with the Maui Yamaha of Dino Bambino, and unfortunately out of this race. But the racing action at the front, Steven Undal already checking out. But the battle for 2nd and 3rd, all the way down to about 6th place, as we saw in race number 1, is once again happening. And you can see Malcolm Rudman already ahead of Jesse Borsov. He'll want to put the hammer down now and just get as far away as possible from Jesse Borsov as he can.
As well as from his arch rival and good friend in the Suzuki squad and fellow Natal rider, Blaze Baker. Baker under attack now from Hayden Jonas as they cross the line. There's the replay. Just watch in the background. There you go. Trying to go up the inside of Dino Bambino and got it all wrong. And Yotso just in the way there on the My Way bike. He looks back going, what are you thinking? It's not, your name is not Clint Seller. You won't be able to make that move stick.
You can't go through Seller turn like Seller. And it's Stephen Windal stamping his authority here. 58.8 from a standing start. He's got fresh Pirelli rubber fitted to that bike. Look at the start from Malcolm Rudman. He looks like a man that's out to do some damage here now. Hayden Jonas trying to get on the inside now, trying to go around the outside of Blaze Baker, not able to make it stick there. So Hayden Jonas looking very racy here now. Suzuki rider not getting the same start he did in race 1. Remember, held second place for the entire race, but already losing track now on the 2 Kawasaki riders ahead of him and coming under massive pressure now from the Marway Yamaha just behind him. His closest championship rival at the moment, along with Stephen Windal. Will he go on the inside here? No, it doesn't make it stick. And look at William Friend and Aiden Liebenberg, our 2 youngest riders in this category, are now coming through, but they're all waved yellows. So remember, you cannot overtake under the yellow flag.
Yellow flags, that's because of Nelson's bike, and hopefully they've got that out the way. Looks like the marshals have worked good and done to perfection. There's the bike on the sideline, and Nelson upright. That's always good to see. Completely out of harm's way there by the looks of things. So we'll probably have one more lap, or possibly no more laps under yellow, heading into that section now that everybody's been through there. But look at the pressure that's coming from that Marway Yamaha. The Near Life Marway Yamaha out of their Nasus Racing stable, looking for a way through there on the Uncle Andy's and Motul-sponsored Suzuki GSXR.
This is the big problem now for the likes of Byron Bester. From the standing start at 2:06 dead, where the likes ahead of him, second place, 2 minutes. So he lost 6 seconds on the opening lap. So not the start for Byron Bester. Looking such like it was going to be such a great weekend here for the High-Tech Elements bike. Unfortunately, just not getting it down at the moment. He's in 8th place, as we see now. Oh, Hayden Jonas getting very close there to the back end of Blaze Baker. You can see Jonas looking a little bit frustrated now behind the Uncle Andy Suzuki rider as he comes now right in the slipstream. He's got William Frendio, turn 1. Not going to do it there. Liebenberg tries on the inside. It's getting very tight between those 2.
Ex-Super Junior competitors, and bang, up the inside goes the Kawasaki. What a move there from Liebenberg. He tries to come back. William Friend just going to get, there you go. Think and come with me.
How many times have we seen that from these riders in this
Tuck in and come with me, buddy. Down the straight, and it's not a bad option to run with Aiden Liebenberg. He's got some good pace around here. William Friend might be able to use his lines and bring him slightly closer to the battle between the Yamaha and his Suzuki-mounted teammate just up the road from the 2 of them. So Liebenberg with a big move coming out of turn 2. Eventually made it stick, and now William Friend have to try and find an answer to that maneuver.
Good ride this from Gareth Gaelic. He's up into 11th place. So the man from Cape Town, Hayden Jonas, another rider from Cape Town, a little bit wide there. It's a couple of times now we've seen him run wide there. So just needs to adjust his line or something there because he's losing ground now. I think he's getting very frustrated, is Hayden Jonas. Weekend hasn't gone to plan yet. He's now got Aiden Liebenberg breathing right down his neck, and he just cannot find a way past Blaze Baker, who once again proved in race number 1 that he's not a very easy man to pass. But the 2 Kawasaki riders and, of course, Stephen Windal out front have pretty much checked out. So the massive battle that we had in race 1 for that final podium position.
Oh,
not
Jonas
so much.
wide.
Jonas wide again. Not able to, I don't know if Blaze Baker is taking the line or what, but Jonas not able to hit the apex the way that he wants to in race 2 here.
Liebenberg now applying the pressure onto the back end of Jonas. So Jonas will certainly start to hear that Kawasaki in his ear and realize that he's not only fighting with the man in front of him, he's going to have to try and defend the man behind. And it might be 2 men very soon as William Friend closes in. Look at the lap times coming out of Stephen Windal. Rob, last lap, a 54.1.
Oh.
If I'm not mistaken, that might be an outright lap record here for a 600. 54.6 on his next pass, so he's just maintaining the 54s all race long and has already pulled nearly 7 seconds ahead of the rest of the field.
Jonas on the inside. Oh, how tight was that? The front end of Jonas nearly got clipped there by Blaze Baker and Aiden Liebenberg. While Jonas was attacking, so too was Liebenberg. So we had 3 bikes going into the first section here at Red Star, and I can tell you now, 3 bikes do not fit in that first section.
Definitely not. Especially into
Here
that
comes
little
Jonas.
flick here. They come onto the breakers, and Jonas going to try and go later on the brakes. It's very difficult to go later on the brakes than Blaze Baker. Baker is very good on the brakes, and especially into that little turn. So Jonas will have to try and find another way around that Uncle Andy Suzuki. And this is the battle for 4th place, remember. 1, 2, and 3 just up the road. There goes 2nd and 3rd place. Liebenberg trying to get a slightly tighter line there on the Yamaha. And he's got a much better drive. Oh, bit of smoke out of Liebenberg's bike, eh? That could be concerning.
Yeah, there was definitely a puff of smoke out of that Shop 74 Fur Core construction bike. I don't know if it was maybe just a knee slider touching the ground. Oh no, Liebenberg's losing the rear traction of that bike, so I hope it's not oil that's going onto the rear tire of Aiden Liebenberg, because he had a little bit of a moment coming out the left-hander there. I don't think it's on the right-hand side of the bike. It's definitely as he flicks it into left-handers. So we're going to have to wait and just see there if there's no terminal problem on that bike. But at the moment, still sitting behind Hayden Jonas, and he's got William Friend breathing down his neck, with Hayden Jonas trying to do everything he can to get ahead of Uncle Andy Suzuki rider Blaze Baker. Just not able to make anything stick at the moment. Trying to use a wide line there to get the drive, maybe attack on the brakes going into the next turn. But to outbrake Blaze Baker, you have to be something special, and he just can't do it at the moment.
You're going to get past that big foot as well. He puts a foot out every single time there's a potential passing place. The big leg comes out very Valentino Rossi-esque, and just tries to keep the rider behind him, worrying about where he can go and what he can do. So coming into the final turn again, we've now got 1/3 of this race completed. 4 down and another 8 to go as they crossed. It's Kawasaki's 2 and 3. It's Yamaha out front. But, oh, another big look on the inside there for Liebenberg. Watch him on the flick over, though. He's good on this flick over. He'll go on the inside. Oh, that's brilliant. I said watch him on the inside, and Liebenberg forces Jonas wide. They're now going to go side by side, mano a mano, but it just cost him a drive.
Yeah, Hayden Jonas said, you are not coming through. I need to make amends for my race 1 mistake. I need as many points as I can. Here comes William Friend now, attacking Aiden Liebenberg. Not able to make it stick there. But Liebenberg, like you said, as we saw from Clinsella and Super GP, Liebenberg making that first chicane pretty much all his own, because not afraid just to shove it on the inside. They carry a little bit more momentum and stick it on the inside. That's given Hayden Jonas to hurry up now. He knows that he's got to get past Blaze Baker, because he's got 2 very fast young riders right on his tail that are also trying to get past.
Yeah, so the kid is under attack from the younger kids.
Yeah,
yeah, indeed. Hayden Jonas from Cape Town, and a very accomplished kiteboarder as well. So if there was windy conditions out here, he'd probably be reveling. Right now, the wind has dropped down ever so slightly. The temperatures are up. It's almost ideal conditions for motorcycle racing. And we have got 2 Suzukis, 1 Kawasaki and 1 Yamaha, all fighting for what is now 4th place on the road. Up the road from them, it's Radman and Boshoff. There you can see them just in the foreground of the shot there. That's 2nd and 3rd. And Steven Odendahl not even on the same planet.
yeah, Steven Odendahl with an 8.1 second lead. Last time I'm asking. Malcolm Rudman doing a great job to consolidate 2nd at the moment. Hayden Jonas a little bit wide there again. Just looks like he shows the door to Aiden Liebenberg, but he's not. He's trying to line up a nice wide line. Liebenberg a little bit out of shape coming out of that turn. Look at all 4 riders. Sideways stuff going into the right-hander. That's brilliant riding from our 4 young riders here. And Blaze Baker making that Suzuki very wide, because he's not allowing the riders behind him to come. And that's Byron Bester. Wasn't in the shot a couple of laps ago, and he's starting to creep in the shot. So Byron Bester, last time out, was the fastest rider out of that group and set his personal best of the race so far.
57.4 out of Besta on the high-tech elements. Grange Workwear and Armadillo Concepts. Kawasaki, there he is.
Yep.
Just in the background there.
Oh!
Hello,
Jonas.
Hayden Jonas. What are you thinking, buddy?
Oh.
Watch for the flick over. Oh, he's not close enough this time. But Liebenberg definitely will have another go there. Liebenberg, oh, Jonas with another big moment coming out of the first chicane.
He's looking frustrated.
It's starting to be a bit of a tire war here. The race of the tire attrition on these motorcycles. How bad are those tires looking at this point? It's 5 of 12. We've still got 7 to go. We're just going to get past the halfway stage on this one.
Yeah, Jonas definitely looking a little bit irritated maybe behind the Suzuki rider, trying to every which way he can to get past. But wherever he tries to make the move, he's got a big blue Suzuki with a number 2 on it right in the way. And he's just not able to make it stick at the moment. He's really going to have to adjust his line, because going into turn 1, if you get it wrong there, it's not a turn you want to be trying to get, putting a pass on the inside and getting it wrong. Can he do it in cellar turn? I don't think he's close enough, unlike his My-Way stablemate. He's going to try and get the drive here, but that Suzuki is so fast.
Problem they got there is they all take the outside line. They're not taking the cellar line. They're all going to the outside line to try and get this best drive as possible onto the short straight. And this front straight has really been not really a factor this time out. Last year, we saw a lot of overtaking down into the turn they're in right now. And it looks like Hayden Jonas is trying to find some special maneuver. Chopping and changing, looking for late apexes. Going to try and get early on the drive, then late on the drive for the next one. So he's now playing with, and sliding into, what is that, 11 and 12. Woohoo! It's on.
No, he's frustrated. Hayden Jonas is trying every which way he can to get around Blaze Baker, who's slowing this pace down just enough for Byron Bester to start to have a snip. So a couple of fast laps from Byron Bester, and he could be on the back of this. Look at Aiden Liebenberg now. While Jonas is trying to attack Blaze Baker, Aiden Liebenberg is sitting there trying to attack Jonas. Will Jonas try something going into turn 1? He's not close enough this time, but watch, here we go. Will Aiden Liebenberg pull his move? He's close enough this time. No, he's not. Hayden Jonas well aware of that maneuver now. And here we go, Yamaha versus Suzuki. The Yamaha just doesn't have the pace of the Suzuki. Hayden Jonas just not close enough to make a move on Blaze Baker. Well, here's our second and third place battle that we've forgotten about. The two Kawasaki riders, the two rivals we can call them now. It's Malcolm Rudman still ahead of Jesse Borshoff. Then it's this massive battle for fourth place.
Yeah, the cage fighters. Gloves and helmets are off on those two, that's for sure. And let's have and see if it's going to end up in tears, or potentially is this going to be the fight for the final steps on the podium?
Yep.
Because that's where it could happen, and that's how it could turn out by the time we get to the next 6 laps being completed. So we're on 7. We've got 5 to go now for these riders. And William Friend has just squeezed through there on Liebenberg and got ahead.
Yep.
Good move there from William Friend. That's the highest he's going to finish up now in terms of his fight at the front, and just maintaining his progression to the front end of 600 cc's.
Yeah, to be just off the back of your teammate who's got that number 2 plate because he finished second in the championship last year. It's a great, he's only, had 3-4 outings on that Suzuki for Uncle Andy's team, so it's a great ride here from William Friend. But Hayden Jonas once again out of shape, trying to get ahead of Blaze Baker. And William Friend looking the smoothest out of all of these riders in this group at the moment. Actually, you can see Aiden Liebenberg also got a little bit flustered with some of the moves that he's had to pull. But can now William Friend make a move? We know that the Suzukis are very fast. So if Jonas is not careful, he could have another blue Suzuki coming streaming past him down the back straight here. But at the moment, Hayden Jonas, I just can't see where he's going to get ahead of Blaze Baker.
Well, the frustration levels are picking up, which I think is why William Friend has decided to up the pace ever so slightly. He's gone quickest of this front group, 57.9, 58 out of everybody else in front of him. So the pressure now being fought out for what is 4th place. But all of a sudden, William Friend goes, you know what? Let me have a go here. Maybe I can find a way through. Maybe I've got whatever it takes to get to this 4th place. And he's right there, and he's going to flick on the inside. He should have gone.
Yeah.
He could have had that. Had a big look on the inside of Jonas. Jonas shut the door, and Jonas knew he was there.
Here we go. Watch
a big
that
look
Suzuki.
back there from Jonas.
Watch that Suzuki now of William Friend. He's very much in the slipstream of Hayden Jonas. Will he pull out? Can he do it on the brakes down the back straight? He's on the inside. Not close enough there. Hayden Jonas just cut straight across William Friend's nose. And Hayden Jonas, he's a sandwich in a Suzuki. He's the middle of the sandwich.
It's a near-life sandwich. Oh, what a move. Look at that. William Friend around the outside this time. Tries to go, but there's not enough room on that outside. It's a very long way around this left-hander because it goes back uphill coming out of the dog bone. So it's an
William Friend shoves it on the inside there of Hayden Jonas.
Jonas runs wide and Friend is through. William Friend bums up the inside of Jonas. Jonas has got a problem.
Yep.
Jonas steps up again and he tries to get on the power. Now Liebenberg's all over the back of him. So the two Suzukis now right with each other. I don't know if there's any team orders in that team other than not to take a teammate out. So there's a potential of a fight here between the two Uncle Andy Suzuki riders. Blaze Baker will be looking back into the eyes of his teammate. It's 2, 3, 4 as they come down the little short straight.
William Friend will go for this. He can see, Hayden Jonas running off the circuit. Yeah, another mistake from our championship leader. So what a terrible round this has been for Hayden Jonas. Oh, you can see he's not happy with that. Just had a Suzuki once again right where he wanted to be. So it's another, you don't see these mistakes from Hayden Jonas.
No, not at all. And you don't see Blaze Baker being caught by his teammate on numerous occasions like this. But
first rule of racing?
Don't take your teammate out.
Second rule of racing?
Beat him.
Thank you very much.
All right, so here we go. Down towards the final turn. They're going to complete lap number 9. We've got 3 to go as they cross the line this time. Oendal's just gone through. He's about 17 seconds or so up the road ahead of Bosshoff and Rudman.
Here comes Friend.
And 2 Suzuki's. Friend on the inside. Oh! Wild William Friend is back, ladies and gentlemen. It's so good to see. And he's putting Blaze Baker under big pressure here.
Here we go. He's going to square it up. Can he get in the slipstream of his teammate now? Don't think he's close enough. Malcolm Rudman's still comfortable there. You could see Blaze Baker swerving down the back straight, trying to keep his teammate behind him. And he does so for now. But William Friend has showed that he's got the pace now to get out. They've dropped Aiden Liebenberg. We've seen the mistake from Hayden Jonas. Byron Bester now ahead of Hayden Jonas. So a massive mistake there for Hayden Jonas. But here comes William Friend. Is he going to line a move up on the inside of his teammate? I don't think so just yet. Yes, it is getting so tight. Good.
The 2 Suzukis going at it. Round the outside, the long way around the dog bone section. He's going to come back at him. Watch him flick it over. Here's where he got him on the last time. He had a big look here the last time. Is he close enough? No. Watch for it into the cellar turn. He goes on the outside, coming through, potentially William Friend going to squeeze him out. He's going to go for that tighter line, but he's not quite close enough.
Oh, he was definitely looking on the inside there, just not able to make it stick. Where is he going to do it? Because while William Friend has got his teammate right in his sights.
Yeah.
He wants to beat, if he can beat the leading Suzuki in
It'd be
his
so
team,
nice to see for that. Hey?
that'll be such an amazing achievement for young William Friend.
And the realization that Uncle Andy made a very good choice in picking William Friend as the number 2 rider there for the squad. So this squad, as we said, no team orders. Uncle Andy's racing. The only one that they have to take is don't take your teammate out. It's going to be very hard not to do that when they're fighting so hard. And there you go.
Mistake.
Blaze Baker runs wide. William Friend tries to cut back on his inside. Just doesn't get there. It is so close between these two Suzukis. This is what it's all about. Man, oh, we got some great 600cc racing here today.
And even better for Suzuki fans, we could potentially be seeing the new GSX 1000 gracing the circuits of South Africa with that Uncle Andy team with a certain Mr. Brent Herron.
Yes,
so
indeed.
Suzuki fans have got everything to shout for now.
Here we go.
Here we go. William Friend now. He gets great drive on the inside in turn 1. Oh, Blaze
Baker late.
sideways.
How does he get that late on the brakes into this?
Here we
little
go.
chicane?
No, not close enough.
He's going to wait. There's still a long way to go. We've got 3 laps to go in this one. If he goes too soon, Baker could come back at him. But the way things are going, we've got 2 Kawasaki's for 2nd and 3rd. We've got 2 Suzukis for 4 and 5. We've got 2 Kawasaki's for 6 and 7. And then only, oh, what a move there. Can you believe where Hayden Jonas has got to?
And Byron Bester is coming, a 57.4, and Aiden Liebenberg ahead of him there in 6th place, a 59.1. So Byron Bester, after a terrible start, oh, William Friend just shoves it on the inside of his teammate, and he makes it stick. Wild William Friend now up into 4th position. What an incredible ride.
Yes,
this will be
indeed.
his best finish in the Super 600s ever. He's only done about 6 races.
It's fantastic to see. This, of course, is one of our Super Junior champions of the past. So it just once again cements how good the stepping stones that have been provided by Diode and the Super GP Champions Trophy are working. You've got a Super Junior champion who stepped up into the 600 class. It's taken him a while. He's had up and down season. In his first time of asking, he's been picked up by the Suzuki team and now in with a shot of a podium if something goes wrong between these two. And there's a highly likely opportunity that there is going to, because Boshoff has now stepped up the game and the Silver Dream Racer is all over the Banana Boy.
Jesse, I can't watch. You're just waiting for
Something's going to go down here. Something is going to go down here. There's no doubt. You think Jesse Boshoff is going to maintain 3rd when he's got a shot of 2nd? I don't think so.
You kind of feel sorry for Malcolm because
Cringeworthy.
the last person he wants to see behind him is Jesse Boshoff. But let's see what's going to happen. Yeah, Jesse at the moment keeping everything clean, neat and tidy. And let's see where he can make a move on his good mate, even though they've had the little things that they've had so far this season, but both going for a podium. It'll be a good ride from both riders to pick up a podium if they can. To have both of them on the podium would be awesome, and to hear what they have to say down there.
2 to go for the 2 of them. Let's see if they can keep it tidy. Highly unlikely, but let's see. Anyway, I'm hoping that that's going to be the case as they go down towards the N12 highway now. Full flight on a 600cc, probably 260-odd, 270-odd k's an hour, and then it's down the box into 4th, possibly the 3rd, as I said, depending on your gearbox ratios that they're running there. And absolutely amazing stuff out of these two. Really, nothing in it between the 2 Kawasaki's. And in fact, the way I see things going here, Rudman has realized there's a potential of a fight here for these last 2, and has just squeezed half a bike length ahead of the gap that he had earlier on. So he's just trying to keep Jesse Boshoff from closing in on him in the closing stages here with a lap and a half to go.
Again, it's that 2 part of the track. At the beginning part of the track, Malcolm Rudman definitely has the pace. He's able to stretch 3 or 4 bike lengths. But look at Jesse Boshoff. This is where he starts his attack. He's able to close there. Look at Byron Bester now.
In
Talking
the background
about 2 Kawasaki's.
Yes, indeed.
Byron Bester, high-tech elements sponsored machine there, is now coming thick and fast. And he's going to try and make a move on Aiden Liebenberg. I think suffering with a little bit of tire wear now is Aiden Liebenberg. We saw a couple of puffs of smoke, so maybe that's got something to do with it. But he's definitely now fallen into the clutches of Byron Bester.
Oh, and he looks right back at him. He looks right back. Byron looks back to see how far back Jonas is. He's got more than enough time. The high-tech element Kawasaki looking to close in now on that fur core construction bike. And we've seen some smoke. We've seen a little bit of concerns on the faces of that team in the pit wall. But I can tell you now, Liebenberg is not going to give up either. Liebenberg will definitely make a fight of it at the front end. 62 and 12, fighting for top 6 honors here. And Byron Bester knows he's got a chance of possibly even getting into the top 5.
Yeah, William Friend still holding down that 4th place. Blaze Baker in 5th. This is the battle for 6th and 7th. Just behind him, Hayden Jonas. He's going to try and pick up as many points as he can, and he'll want to forget about the Red Star racetrack for this weekend at least, because he really has dented his championship credentials this weekend. Dino Bambino's come up to 11th after that little coming together earlier on with Dion Nelson. And just behind him, David van Lindgren, Gareth Gaelic, Daniel Nolan, and Brandon Staffen rounding out your top 15 and the final point scorer. But this is the very much, we got a couple of battles on track here, and they're all between the Kawasaki riders. We got Rudman and Boshoff for 2nd and 3rd, and then we got this for 6th and 7th between Byron Bester and Aiden Liebenberg.
Back to that battle between Rudman. Rudman trying to hang on now. Boshoff trying to close him down. They've got less than half a lap to go here, really. And coming up onto a back marker by the looks of things. Yes, Brandon Staffen on the Triumph. So it's basically a KMSA battle here as they head into the end of the dog bone. Now, oh yes, that's going to help Jesse Boshoff out huge. Staffen just holds up the Kawasaki rider. Doesn't hold Boshoff up. Boshoff right there with Rudman now. Rudman tries to pull away. You can see Boshoff maybe just battling a bit with tires. He doesn't have quite the same amount of corner speed as what Rudman's able to carry, but that's not going to hold him back. He is going to fight down to the wire here. And here they go, onto the short straight. That's Gareth Gaelic going through there and about to start his final lap as he gets across the line. But incredible stuff from these riders. Further back through the field, Daniel Nolan. Gareth Gaelic just ahead of him. And we're waiting possibly for Stephen Windal. That's probably why we've gone back to this shot. But the battle between the two Kawasaki's, absolutely phenomenal. There we go. Back to Rudman and Boshoff. And they're both out the saddle, almost simultaneously, as they head into the 3rd last turn. Big double right-hander. And that's Staffen just ahead of them. Now we're going to the 2nd last turn. 2nd last turn is so close. The championship leader and another win there coming up from Stephen Undal. Not championship leader, I should say. The win going to Stephen Undal. Double victory there for the Petra Yamaha. But where are the two Kawasaki's? Those two Kawasaki's now heading towards the line. Who's going to have it? Is it going to be Rudman? Yes, it is. Rudman just hangs on. He beats Boshoff to the line. So at least there'll be something there to say, well, listen, at least I got you in the 2nd one. And that's how it goes. I've got to say, most improved ride coming out of William Friend there. Definitely potential rider of the day.
Yeah.
No doubt about it. But an incredible ride here as well from Liebenberg and Bester to come out just behind Blaze Baker. So Baker comes through for 5. 6th place is Liebenberg. 7th place and 2 positions up from his first run on the high-tech Kawasaki there for Byron Bester. Hayden Jonas in 8th place. Luke McGregor is going to get a 9th. That's a top 10 for him. First top 10 for McGregor. 2nd of those high-tech element Kawasaki's. And Redmond down in 10th place.
That is the man that won out. We didn't see much of him because he literally got down and cleared off. That is bike 44, Stephen Windal. 50 points in the bag. Another double win in the Super 600 category there for Stephen Windal. As he said earlier on, he will leave next week for overseas duties. So great to see him here racing here today. But it's Kawasaki 2nd and 3rd place with Malcolm Rudman and Jesse Boshoff. And rider of the day, potentially rider of the day, has to be Wild William Friend. 4th overall and your leading regional rider as well there, ahead of his teammate Blaze Baker, Aiden Liebenberg, Byron Bester, Hayden Jonas. A terrible weekend for our championship leader. We have to wait and see if he is still leading that championship after the 50 points gained from Stephen Windal. So Hayden Jonas on the My Way Yamaha, not the weekend he would have wanted at all. And Luke McGregor, Kevin Redmond rounding out your top 10. Let's go have a look at now the highlights at the start of the race. It was a terrible start for Aiden Liebenberg and Byron Bester, but a great start for Stephen Windal. And look at Jesse Boshoff and Malcolm Rudman, straight up into 2nd and 3rd. Blaze Baker, Hayden Jonas, and Wild William Friend coming up the front side. There was the big accident of the race. Dion Nelson colliding there with Dino Iozo and unfortunately crashing out, landing heavily on that shoulder. But the marshals did an incredible job to get that all cleaned up so the racing action could continue. Further up the field, Hayden Jonas was trying everything possible to get ahead of Blaze Baker. Aiden Liebenberg at his favorite place on the inside, another position up ahead of Wild William Friend. But William Friend would come fighting back and would eventually, even though Aiden Liebenberg tapping on his tailpiece, would make it stick. Look at this, how close this is. Hayden Jonas trying on the inside, Blaze Baker chopping the nose of the My Way Yamaha right off. Aiden Liebenberg would then come into play. He would flick it left, he would flick it right, and he would stick it on the inside of Hayden Jonas and try and make it stick. Unfortunately not able to. Hayden Jonas railing it around the outside and getting tucked behind the My Way Yamaha screen. Leg out from Hayden Jonas as he tried everything possible to get ahead of Blaze Baker, but he just could not find a way past the Uncle Andy Suzuki rider. You could see the Yamaha right going left, going right, just not being able to make the move. William Friend then threw his name into contention, and watch this move. He just shoves it on the inside, but Hayden Jonas using all the experience, the championship leader, just shoving it straight across the nose, although ran wide there, and that allowed William Friend up into 4th or 5th position then. A big mistake there from Hayden Jonas once again, and this was the massive mistake. 2 big mistakes this weekend, and that has cost Hayden Jonas big time. He would drop out of contention for that podium finish and down into 8th place. Wild William Friend attacking his teammate now on the inside. What a brave move. Knee down in the dirt, and Wild William Friend up into 4th place ahead of his teammate. The best finish for William Friend ever in the Super 600 regional and national category. But it was all about Stephen Oendal, another stand-up wheelie from our 2016 European Moto2 World Champion, and a double victory for the day. And Greg Maloney is down at the podium to catch up with our top 3 riders.
Thanks, Rob. Just picking up on our live streaming there as well. We already welcomed everybody out to the podium. Riders making their way in here, and another fantastic double victory for Pooch. But Boshoff is stoked again, and it's going to be a fantastic effort to see Malcolm Rudman back on the podium after a long time off. But lots of effort being put in by the 2 Kawasaki boys to get away. They couldn't quite catch the Petra Racing Yamaha men. And that man, of course, has done a super job here this weekend. And so is his team. Just to give you a heads up in terms of everybody around the circuit and everybody around the world, we all know that there was a big disaster down in Knysna over the last week. And Petra Racing took it on their own to go and raise some funds today. If you've got a little bit of extra money in your pockets and you want to try and add to the 4,500 Rand that they've already raised here today, great effort there from Trace and everybody from Petra Racing for getting us a little bit of extra money, which we're going to pay into that account and send down to the relief guys in Knysna. So well done. But let's get these relieved riders up onto the podium. Great to see a battle between 2 riders that came together in an unceremonious maneuver in the first one. But needless to say, they carried on and fought it out once again. Good friends off track, and always nice to see high fives between those 2 riders. But in 3rd place, once again, up on the podium. And a great race from the MTech Racing Kawasaki. It's that guy, Jesse Boshoff. 2nd place for Cortec, and he had a super effort and had to work hard for his 2nd place today. But it's definitely great to have him back on the podium. Let's hear it for Malcolm Rudman. And once again, on top of the podium after a double victory today. Slightly lesser advantage than what he had in the first one, but needless to say, it didn't matter because the double victory for the Petra Racing squad is what they wanted, with Stephen Oendal having to go on to international duties now. Let's hear it for him. Pooch, Stephen Oendal. Deirdre from Bridgewater. Chantel, is it Chantel first? Chanel, sorry. Chanel from Bridgewater Logistics will hand out 3rd place. Thank you very much, ma'am. There you go. I wouldn't stay up there because it's going to get real in a few minutes' time. And that's just a reminder to our big boss man that there should be some bubbly here. So I'll try and spread it out a bit for you there, Tim Cook. I'll make the podium ceremony a little bit longer. Deirdre, please, if you wouldn't mind, ma'am. Thank you very much. Also from Bridgewater Logistics, handing out 2nd place. And high fives to the riders as well. Well done there, Malcolm Rudman. There you go. Oh, there you go. Oh, you see, he didn't. Ah, but you see he's from Natal. He didn't take his cap off. You see how that works, eh? If he's been from Gauteng, he would have taken his cap off. We'll teach you right one day. But eventually, it's now Derek, if I'm not mistaken, from Bridgewater. He'll hand out 1st place. And well done there to Stephen Oendal. Yeah, we want to see some kisses now, hey? Let's get those kisses going, Steve. You know what it's like in Europe, eh? Well, I'm not going to say anything. Let's just keep it real. All right, Tim Cook, going to get those champers ready. I'm going to just move to the side because just a reminder, gentlemen, stay on the podium for the champers, please, so we can get some nice shots for our TV. Let's make some noise, ladies and gents, for your Super 600 podium race number 2. Thanks a lot. Tried to avoid that, but they still got me. In the ear as well, eh? Nicely done. All right, riders, get on down here. Let's start with Jesse. Come on down. Jess, come to your bike, buddy. Dude, that's the kind of day's racing you want. 2 podiums, 2 great finishes, just improvements on the bike, improvements on the riding style, and a bit of cleaner racing between you and your mate.
Yeah, that was a good fight. I was waiting. We had a bit of tactics going there. We said we're not going to box too much. And I waited it out. Last 2 laps, I tried a few moves to try and get closer. Missed the gear here and there. And at the end, Malcolm kept me honest. He had a better pace. Well done to Stephen and all the other riders. And thanks to everyone that's helped me. MTech Racing, SA Moves, Phoenix Payroll, ST Suspension Tech, my dad, mom, my family, and Gap Interiors. Everybody that's been there. Everybody that's here to support, all my aunts, uncles. It's awesome. 2 podiums. Couldn't ask for better.
All right, the problem you got right now is that you're heading to a track that Malcolm has a slight advantage on, being a Natal boy.
I was also born in Natal, so I'm not. I know the boys have got pace there, but if I carry on the momentum I have been, maybe I can keep it to them a bit more. So I'm hoping it's going to be a good one.
We're looking forward to it. Congratulations once again. Good job. Mal, dude, it's been a while, buddy, but we're going to have a quick chat. Come stand on this side for me. First of all, I want to ask you about the race 1 incident between that guy and you.
Okay, I know. I don't know exactly what happened to Jesse, but he maybe came in a bit hot. We touched a bit hard actually, and I ended up running off. So yeah, then I just kept it together, finished that race, got a better setup for this race, and yeah, now we feel a lot better for the race too, and it paid off. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Yeah.
Fortunately, it wasn't as bad as East London. You were able to stay up on 2 wheels and finish the race, but a nice finish to the day to be second on the podium.
Yeah, no, definitely. I just want to like to thank all my sponsors, Cortex South Africa, Bomb HQ, Moncler Motorcycles, which is my own company. My parents, you know, they helped me a lot. They've brought me through all of this. So yeah, that's all I can say is thank you.
Awesome job. Pooch, going in, your big guy. Just going to move around to the other side of your bike, and you can be on that side. Double victory, 50 points in the bag, just brings you closer in the championship again, and just opens the championship wide open again, which is what we want in 600cc racing.
Yeah, no, first of all, I just want to say thanks to everyone who donated some cash for the NASNA SPCA, and really, really appreciate all the support. It will go to a good cause. And yeah, getting back to racing, it was a good weekend for me, you know, just what I needed before I went overseas. So feeling amped and ready for my race in Barcelona next weekend. Just want to say thanks again once to the team. They put a fantastic bike together, Yamaha and everyone, Belimo, Pietra, everyone behind me, and thank you very much.
Awesome job. Well, that brings us to the end of the Super 600. This is proudly brought to you by Deod and their associate sponsors. Let's head on to the track for the next racing.